Good afternoon, people. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Long time no see. It has been since last year since the we done a video, and I have put a couple of shorts out since then. But you know, illness and just finding the motivation to do a live show has really hit me hard. But I'm currently watching the West Ham game, so when I do show the stat for league position, ignore it because West Ham have bloody gone and scored before I went live. So, that kind of buggered that one up. But we are back. I hope you're all well. I hope you had an amazing Christmas and a happy new year. This is the Newcastle United versus Aston Villa match preview and prediction. I'm going to show you all the stats that I've been able to dig up, and then we'll go through a prediction and pretty much the usual if you've seen the previous previews that I've done on the channel. If you're new around here, do please hit the like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell too. We are on our way to 100 subs. It'd be great if we could finally hit those 3 digits. So yeah, without further ado, let us jump in to the other screen and get cracking. So we are playing Aston Villa. It is a 2 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. I usually do these previews 2 days before the game, but I only recently just kind of found a little motivation to do it now. So yeah, we play Aston Villa tomorrow. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff. Let's shorten this down. As you can see, Sunday, 25th of January, 2 o'clock kickoff, live at St James's Park. So Newcastle are at home. The referee, what fun. The referee has been confirmed as Jared Gillett, one of my worst referees. Can't stand him at all. But yeah, Jared Gillett is the referee. Assistant referee Neil Davis. Assistant referee number 2 is Stephen Meredith. 4th official, Rob Jones. VAR, John Brooks. And VAR assistant, Gary Beswick. Or Beswick, however you want to pronounce his name. I seem to be quite jittery on the camera down below, so I'm hoping everything's coming through fine. Yeah, skip into... Oh, Jesus Christ. So, you can view the game live. Let me just have a little peek over. I'm pressing the wrong screens here. Hopefully it's still coming through fine. I'm hoping it is. I do seem quite jittery, don't I? That is weird. I don't know why that's happening. And I seem to have lost myself on the screen as well. It's not a good start, is it? Not a great start at all. Am I cutting out on? Oh, well, I'm not actually... I just seem to be jittery on the camera, but everything's coming through fine. Well, either way, we'll carry on as it is, so at least you can hear me. You don't have to necessarily see me. But yeah, if you want to view the game, it is live. As you can see on screen, on Sky Go UK, Now UK, Sky Sports Premier League, Sky Go Extra, Sky Sports Plus app, Sky Sports Main Event, and Sky Sports Ultra HD. That is where you can find the game and you can watch the game live. Next slide, the Newcastle United insights. Newcastle United have lost just one of their last 15 home matches. Aston Villa sit third, but rank 12th in the expected goals table, overperforming by 9 positions. I find that overperforming and underperforming and being a bit over. It's not really necessary to say stuff like that. Anthony Gordon has 6 Champions League goals this season, but has just 2 in 17 league games. Bruno is a doubt after an ankle injury in the midweek game against PSV, and that I will also show you what I've not long seen, which is not very good to know, to be quite honest with you. For Aston Villa sit third, but rank 12th in the XG table, overperforming expected points by 16.1. Only Arsenal have won more away Premier League points than Villa this season. Morgan Rogers had the most shots without scoring of any player since Christmas. And Aston Villa ranked third for away form in the Premier League this season. Top goal scorers in the Premier League. This is just for the Premier League, not for all competitions. Bruno Guimaraes is the Newcastle United top goal scorer. He has a football rating of 7.56. He has 8 goals this season with 3 assists. He has an XG of 4.03 and has played 21 matches this season. For Aston Villa, your top goal scorer is Morgan Rogers. He has a football rating of 7.02. He has 7 goals this season. His XG is 4.24. He has 4 assists and has played 22 games this season. Injured and suspended players, as you can see on your screen. Right at the top there for Newcastle, Bruno Guimaraes. A leg injury, mid-February return date. 2026. Mid-February return date. That is concerning, to be honest. We're losing our captain for a month, roughly. And some may not agree, some may agree, but to be perfectly honest with you, that's all down to Eddie Howe, I think. Bruno clearly said when he went down against PSV that he needed to be subbed off. Ideally, I thought he should have stayed down. But no, being the captain that he is, he got up, he tried to continue, obviously, maybe with some message from Eddie Howe to say, I'll see if he can run it off after 10 minutes or whatever. But Eddie should have taken him off there and then. He should not have let him carry on. We've seen this with Eddie Howe enough times now. I think a couple of weeks ago, we had someone go down. Literally told to get back up, see if they can run it off, and the next minute they have to be forced off. Whether the player wants to continue playing or not, the manager has the power to say, get off. So, I think Eddie Howe has caused this. That just those extra few minutes that Bruno got up and carried on running has probably done more damage than what it would have been if he was taken off at the moment that it happened. So I will blame Howe for that. He should have taken power into his own hands and taken Bruno off. So that, for me, is all on Eddie Howe. Dan Burn is a doubt. I don't think he will play. I think he's still maybe a week or 2 away from possibly making a game. Definitely don't want to see him playing against PSG because he still won't be ready. Willasula, a doubtful again. Never know about him. I would like to see him back in the side. But again, we don't know exactly how his ankle injury was. I mean, it was only touted to be a week or two, and then 11 weeks later, we're now finally getting him back. Emil Kraft, knee injury, early February. Fabian Schär, ankle injury, mid-April. Jamal Lascelles, he's obviously lack of fitness, but he says that in his mind he's not feeling right. Take it how you want to take it, really. I just feel he just doesn't want to be bothered to play. Tino Livramento, hamstring injury, early March. And Jacob Murphy, also leg injury, early March. So we do have quite a number of players on the injury list. Typical Newcastle, though, isn't it? We do like to have a long injury list. For Villa, you've only got 4 players, really. Boubacar Kamara is out for the season with a knee injury. His due back date is early June. John McGinn, knee injury, late February. Ross Barkley has a knee injury, early February. And Alison Edward, if that's how you do pronounce his name, Alison, has a physical discomfort and is also early February. So I'm not sure what the physical discomfort is, but that's another early Feb. So for Villa, it's looking a lot better for you guys. It really is. Oh, I've just missed a third goal from West Ham. Wow, West Ham are really playing well. So it's 3-0 West Ham over Sunderland, if anybody wants to know. Recent form for both sides. For Newcastle, we lost to Man United 1-0. We beat Burnley 3-1, beat Crystal Palace 2-0, and beat Leeds it was a great game, we've got to admit that. It beat Leeds 4-3. A really, really horrible game against Wolves that ended goalless. It's an absolute bore fest. Why we didn't do better in that game is beyond me. But, we drew that 0-0. Should have been an easy 3 points in the bag. Should have been 4 wins in a row. Hoping that changes tomorrow. For Aston Villa, you beat Chelsea 2-1. You lost to Arsenal 4-1. You beat Nottingham Forest 3-1. You drew with Crystal Palace 0-0. And your most recent league match, you lost to Everton 1-0. I know you beat Fenerbahce 1-0 in midweek, as we beat PSV 3-0 in the Champions League in midweek. But this is just Premier League form. The predicted lineups for both sides. This is not my predicted lineup. This is how FootMob basically has predicted the lineups for both sides. Obviously, we're going to be missing Bruno if indeed his knee injury is that bad, and he will be out until mid-Feb. It's going to go with Nick Pope in goal, Lewis Hall on the left, Sven Botman and Malik Chow as the centre-back pairing, with Kieran Trippier as the right-back. For the midfield three, I don't know why we've dropped Tonali, but we've got Joe Linton, Lewis Miley, and Jacob Ramsey as the midfield three. Miley, yes, definitely keep him in the side. He has been absolutely amazing and can seem to play anywhere on the pitch. It's now half. Oh, no, my box seems to have reset itself. Joe Linton, saw a great performance out of him against PSV, and we saw signs of the old Joe Linton there. Definitely a much improved performance. Ramsey, I got to tell you though, since signing, I thought, 40 mil wasted on him, but he's actually done not too bad. He's starting to really settle, so I think he's doing well. Past couple of games, he's not done all that bad. His passing is getting better. His runs are getting better. So I think it's taken time for him to finally get into the rhythm of our style of play. Question is, will he play against his former side? And what type of reception will he get from his former side? Will they boo him? Will they cheer him? I mean, he done nothing wrong, in all honesty. So I think they should give him a nice, warm welcome. I mean, Villa needed the money, and obviously we gave them the money that they needed and got Ramsey in. I do think Ramsey's a pretty decent player. He just hasn't really kicked off his Newcastle career all that well so far. But like I said, past couple of games he's done pretty decent. And, you know, if he can keep it up, then we've probably got quite a decent player on our hands there. Ian, welcome in. Hope you're well. Long time no see. Long time no see for me as well. For the front three pairing, we have Anthony Gordon on the left, as always, because he can't be bothered to go and play on the right. Johan Visser as the central striker, and Anthony Elanga on the right wing. Now, do you know what? I'm going to surprise a lot. Against PSV, I thought Anthony Elanga wasn't all that bad. Yeah, I know. I think a load of people have just fainted right now. Eddie Howe asked for everybody to, you know, show him some love, show him some, show that we care. And when he came on as a sub, even I heard a section of the fans chanting for him, singing his name, praising him. It seemed to light a fire, light a spark in him. And we saw some runs, we saw some crosses, we saw a couple of shots. He looked decent. I got to admit, he looked decent. We do need some fresh legs. Ideally, I don't know why Harvey Barnes has been dropped according to this, if it is going to be the actual lineup. But Harvey Barnes has to be the first name on the team sheet. So, if anything, I would drop Anthony Gordon for Harvey Barnes. Have Barnes on the left, have Elanga on the right. You got those fresh legs in there. Maybe it would do well. Visser, we saw an amazing turnout from him against PSV in midweek, scoring a goal, getting an assist, done really well. Could have grabbed himself another goal before he was brought off. So promising for him. See our friends down the road are doing well. Yeah, half time now. It's 3-0 to West Ham over Sunderland. Shocking. Yeah, it's really shocking. Yeah. To be quite honest with you, I mean, the way Sunderland's been playing this season, I would have thought Sunderland might have actually won, or at least gone in, maybe pulled it back to 1-1 before half time, and probably could have won it in the second half. But to see that going to 3, well, I missed the third goal, but I saw the first goal and the penalty. West Ham are doing pretty decent. I think Nuno's finally getting them into some good form. So more in the second half, please, West Ham. That keeps us, or at the minute, we're level on points with them. We're level on points. So, you know, they ain't going to drop points. They ain't going to go down any further. And hopefully we can get a little gap appearing if we can get a result tomorrow. They're missing Xhaka as well. Yeah, they're missing their captain, so that's even better. Good news for us. Good news for us to finish above them after they've been boasting about always being above us. But then again, like I said, we're level on points with them. Only goal difference is having us above them as it stands. For Aston Villa's predicted lineup, I got Martinez in goal, Cash, Konza, Torres, and Maatsen as your defensive line, Onana and Bogard as your defensive or central midfielders, Rogers, Tielemans, and Buendia as your attacking midfield line, with Ollie Watkins as your lone striker. Could change. That's how the predicted lineup has set both sides up. Like I said, for me, yes, I would drop Anthony Gordon. I would have Harvey Barnes in now. Questions over Ramsey. I think he is starting to come good, but I don't see why Tonali's been dropped. Probably because he hasn't really been in as great form. But, you know, if that is the lineup, I'd be happy with that. I mean, it's resting players ready for a huge battle on Wednesday when we have to play PSG. Get a result in Paris and we advance further in the without having to play in the playoffs. That's the one. But that's for a different time. So yeah, let me know what you think of that predicted lineup. Would you change any in your side? Let me know in the comments, or if you're watching live. Same with Villa fans. If you're watching, are you happy with that as your predicted lineup? Would you change anyone in that? I know you've. I don't think Tammy Abrahams would be ready. Yeah, but never know. Anything can happen. Season so far. Let's shorten that so you can see that. As it says, league position 9th, but like I said at the start of the show, forget about that. That will now be 8th because this was taken when the West Ham game kicked off. And obviously, when they kicked off, it's already accumulated as a point each, which would have kept us in roughly the 8th position. But since West Ham took the lead, Sunderland would have got the point, which have kept us in 8th. No, would have dropped us to 9th. There you go. I will get it right eventually. But West Ham scored, so it puts us back up into 8th. So forget about the league position. Villa in 3rd. We have 9 wins, 6 draws, 7 defeats. We have scored 70, 32 goals. We have an average of 1 goal per match. Yeah, that needs to be much better than that. We have 1 average goal conceded per match. Yes, we are quite leaky when it comes to conceding. Our XG, that's our expected goals, is 32.64. Our expected goals per 90 minutes is 1.48, so just under 2 goals. And we have 7 clean sheets this season. For Aston Villa, you have 13 wins, you have 4 draws and 5 defeats. You have scored 33 goals, 1 more goal than us. You average around 2 goals per match, and you concede on average roughly 1 goal per match as well. Your expected goals is only 27.14. Your expected goals per 90 is 1.23. Don't know why you are a lot lower than what we are, considering your league position. And you have had 1 less clean sheet than we have, with 6. Let's hope we can reproduce the same performance we had on Wednesday, because this game won't be easy. It will not. I can guarantee you it's not going to be an easy game. Villa will be tough opponents, that is for sure. Previous meetings. Here's our head-to-heads. Let's zoom that in a little more. We have played each other 57 times. Newcastle United have 27 wins in those 57 games. 18 wins. 18 of those wins have been at home. 9 of those wins have been away. Aston Villa have 13 wins over us. 11 of those wins have been at home. 2 of those wins have been away. So based on the home and away wins, it does favour us more. We've also drawn 17 times in those 57 those 57 games. Excuse me, whilst I just wet the whistle. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the previous meetings. So for me, like I said, the home and away, Villa have only had 2 away wins, so they've only won at St James's Park twice. We've won 18 times, so yeah, it does favour us hugely if going off this, but again, anything can happen. Previous results. The last meeting in the league ended goalless. It was a 0-0 draw. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we did cancel each other out. But, you know, again, anything can happen. Previous to that, Villa did taste defeat against us at Villa Park with a 4-1 win. Previous to that, we beat Villa 3-0. Then we also beat Villa 3-1. And I think everybody remembers the opening day of the season when we beat Villa 5-1 at home. So even there, home fixture, win, away fixture, we got a win there. We did have 3 wins on the bounce against them, but then they did beat us on their own ground, 4-1, and we drew at Villa Park again at 0-0. So this is going to be another home fixture for us. Will that be another W for us? Again, let me know. Who will win? There we go. They are the stats. 21,298. That's including myself. Voted on who will win. 34% of those voters went for a Newcastle United home win. 27% have gone for the draw. And 39% have gone for an Aston Villa win. So, you know, it's slightly favouring Villa for the win. Obviously, I clicked on Newcastle because obviously being a Newcastle United fan. But 5% more of those voters went for a Villa win. How do you think that's going to go? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think Newcastle will win? Do you think Villa will win? Do you think we could get the draw? I'll let you know my score prediction at the end, but, you know, a draw kind of seems maybe fair, but I'll tell you, I've not gone for a draw. Another match insight for you. Newcastle won their last 4 home meetings with Aston Villa by a combined score 13-1. This is home fixtures. 13-1, the score at home. That fills me with more confidence going into this game. Ian, you're going to go for a 2-1 Toon win. Interesting. If I can get my screen to work again. There we go. Oh. That can't be all my... I believe I should have taken a shot of my score prediction. Was it not? Well, it must have been everything. Okay, so yeah, that's everything that you need to know. But I'm pretty sure I did take a picture of my score prediction, but obviously not. So a quick reminder that if you want to watch the game live, it is going to be shown over on those channels only. in the UK. If you want to watch it, it's live at 2 o'clock Sunday. Referee is Jared Gillett. Remember, can't stand him. Him and Paulson are the two referees I really hate the most. So don't expect much. I really cannot stand Jared Gillett, and I can't stand the fact that he's going to be in charge of this game. But for my prediction, I do actually agree with you, Ian. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Newcastle United win. I think it would be fair if it was a draw, but I do feel that we could get the win. We have home advantage, and the fact that we seem to be we play very well at home against Aston Villa also will come into play there. Yes, we're missing Bruno, but hopefully it gives someone else a chance to shine and spark, even if that ends up being Ramsey. You never know, Ramsey could come on or start and score against his former side, grab his first goal. But I am going to go for a 2-1 Newcastle United win on this one. Goals, like I said, I wouldn't mind if Ramsey scored, but if that predicted lineup is as it is, then see, I wouldn't mind either of these two grabbing their first goal, and that would give them a huge confidence boost. But I'm going to go for a Vissa goal. And maybe Rodgers, because he's their top goal scorer, grabs a equaliser. And then say roughly maybe a Chow header in like the 85th minute or something that ends up winning the game. So I'm going to go for Vista and Chow that grab both goals. So again, let me know your score predictions in the comments below if you're watching this at a later time. Who do you think is going to score? Is it going to be a Newcastle win? Is it going to be a Villa win? Is it going to be a draw? Is it going to be a goalless draw? You never know. Anything can happen in these games. Worcester and Big Joe to score. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. That's if this predicted lineup play. Like I said, ideally I'd have Barnes on the left, but you know, we could be. If this team does play, then we're definitely resting Barnes and going to be using him ready for PSG. But then Gordon seems to be scoring and performing even better in the Champions League. So maybe drop Gordon, put Barnes in there, and have Gordon rested, ready for PSG. But I guess I'd be happy to see Alanga start, so it rests Barnes if that is to be the lineup. We've got Murphy out, so we do need to have some fresh legs on that right side, and Alanga is going to be the one that plays there. Midfield three, I'm undecided over that, but if that three was to play, I guess I'd be happy with that. I think Ramsey would be more suited up on the left side instead of the right side. I put Ramsey on the left. I don't know. I think because Joe can work on the left side as well. You'd prefer Barnes to start as well, but would it be ahead of Gordon as well, or would you not have Alanga in there? Ideally, I would have Alanga in there as the fresh legs. Second half's kicked off for West Ham and Sunderland. I'm undecided over this midfield, you know. I think Ramsey would be better suited on the left-hand side. I don't think he can actually do as good on the right side. Miley, central. think Miley would probably do better on the right side. Have Ramsey over with Joel Linton on the left side. I wouldn't put Joel Linton central. Or we could put Joel Linton central. He'd be more of a beast maybe in that area and just bully loads of people in the central area. You'd put Barnes on the right, so you wouldn't have Elanga at all in there. I mean, each to their own. Everyone's got their own opinions. But yeah, I'd swap. If it was to be these three, then I'd have Ramsey on the left, Joel Linton in the middle, and Miley on the right. Because then Joel Linton's going to bully everybody that's coming near him in that middle area. Ramsey works better on the left-hand side, so he can get down the left. And then Miley, he's working well as a right back as well. So being on the right side would be somewhat familiar territory for him. So he'd be able to get down the right-hand side as well. So yeah, Miley right, Ramsey left, Joel Linton in the middle. That would be if it's those three, that'd be the three areas a bit. So I think they've got it wrong in that area. Midfield front three, yeah. I mean, as Ian's going to go Gordon and Barnes. Me, I would go Barnes and Elanga, but still have Visser up top, as Valtamada seems to have just completely disappeared in the past few weeks. What's happened in the West Ham game? Just a normal foul. Pope goal. Now the question is over Hall, really. Should he be rested? Loads of people saying that they feel he should be rested because of he's playing so much. I mean, we have Alex Murphy, who's not getting a chance, but there you have that Eddie Howe will not give youth a chance. Why is he not giving youth a chance? Why does he refuse to give youth a chance? What's the point in naming youth on the bench when they're just going to be just looking at the game, getting a front row seat to the game without getting a single minute on that pitch? If indeed Hall is to start, which it most likely will be, Hall will start. You know, I'd see how the game is going, and then, you know, half time, maybe on the hour mark, bring him off, put Alex Murphy on there, and let him see out the game. Rest Hall. Give Hall a chance to have a rest. We don't want another thing happening like Bruno's had. Again, I will say what I said at the start. If Bruno was brought off the moment that challenge happened, it wouldn't have been as serious as what it is now. We're going to be potentially without Bruno for roughly a month. Because he continued. You shouldn't have had him continue. You should have brought him off there and then. But, you know, Eddie's got to have his way. So we will leave it on that for the moment. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. That was really cringe, wasn't it? First video in a while. I think the camera's kind of sorted itself out now, so from the start. But yeah, do leave your score predictions down below. Do leave your goal scorers down below. You not got Tonali starting. I got a feeling that because Tonali's been out of form, it could be a reason. But then there's also resting him ready for PSG. I mean, I think that we're going to be thinking more about that PSG game and wanting to rest as many players as possible. So I think Tonali is going to get rested. Hopefully, and I mean, don't take it the wrong way, hopefully Bruno does not play and does not start. Because of that injury, I would rather have him rested. If it's not serious, if it is as serious as what the stats say, then obviously there's no chance of him playing. But if he just needs a rest for a little while, I wouldn't start him. But I think Tonali is definitely being rested. I think by the looks of it, Barnes is going to be rested. We're naming a strong side, but you know, I got that feeling Tonali's being rested, ready for PSG. That's my honest opinion. If he is to start, I can't see, apart from Ramsey, I can't see anyone else that he could come in for. Miley is undroppable. Tonali, we saw a great performance. Sorry, not Tonali. What's his name? Joel Linton. Got there in the end. Joel Linton done really well against PSV. Hey, trolls. Welcome in. Hope you're well. Long time no see. Joel Linton done really well against PSV, so I don't think he's droppable, and we're going to need the beast in that midfield against Aston Villa. Like you said, Villa's going to be a very tough game. I know we do well against them at home, but they can still pull up a surprise. They've got decent players. We've got a long injury list compared to their 4 players. They've signed Tammy Abrahams. I don't think he'll be available, so that's could be a plus for us. But yeah, I think Tonali's going to get rested, ready for PSG. It's difficult saying because we played PSV and now we're going to be playing PSG. Yeah, Tonali's being rested. I hope Trips is rested and that Miley plays right back. Oh, we have problems because of the pacey winger they have. Is that for Villa? Because the predicted lineup is this. If I just show you quickly, this is the predicted lineup for the game. How they've how FootMob's predicted it out. Trippier is going to be right back, and Miley's going to be in the central midfield. But like I was saying a little while ago, I think Riley would be better suited on the right side of midfield. Ramsey on the left side with Joe Linton in the centre. I think Ramsey's more suited for a left-sided role, and I believe he played left side for Villa, if memory serves right. But yeah, that's how the predicted lineup is. So that could always change. But I have that feeling that could very well be the side. If we play Willock instead of Tonali, we lose. Well, Willock's not in there. Willock's definitely not in there. We've got the Joe Linton, Miley, and Ramsey as predicted. I think Tonali, like I said, is definitely going to be rested, ready for PSG. Alanga, Vissa, Gordon, we need that. For me, I know Ian's gone for Gordon and Barnes to be left and right, but for me, we need that for those fresh legs on the right. We need fresh legs on the left as well, but we need the fresh legs on the right. So I think it would be a good call to put Alanga in from the start. See how he does. So then Barnes would be nicely rested, ready for PSG mid-week. Tripp should be a sub now. Here's too slow in my opinion. Yes, I agree and disagree. But my personal opinion, I think we need Trips for his leadership, and also Trips is good with the crosses. We can rely on Trips for those assists. So I feel we do need Trips, but Trips not long term. I think he's definitely coming towards the end of his. I wouldn't say his end. I think we can get a good couple more seasons out of him, but I think the next couple of seasons out of him should be probably at a different club, maybe drop down a league or go to another league overseas or something that would give him the chance to get what he can. He's aging. We do need to move on the aging players, but his leadership is definitely one that we will need, and I believe he is vice captain as well. So with Bruno out until mid-February, Trips has got to be in there for his leadership. I do think that Trips is a great captain. Ideally, I would not have. I do have that. I do still have that feeling that Bruno isn't captain material. Tripp should never had the armband taken from him to begin with, but yeah, that's just my opinion. You know, we're all entitled to our opinions. You think Tripp should be a sub? Yes, I do agree. But Trips has to be in there at the minute because we haven't got Emerald Craft and we don't have Tino. Miley is the midfielder, but he can now play in that right back position. So, you know, I think we do need Trips in there at the minute. So we can do it at the minute, unless we actually go out and buy someone, which we're not going to actually do. You always keep the spine of the team, in my opinion. Yes, you do. You have to. You have to play your best players week in, week out. We need pace and have leadership. We can't keep relying on a 35-year-old that's going backwards. Yeah, I do. Well, yes, we do. I do agree. We can't keep relying on the old players. Like, for me, Trippier, Dan Burn. I will say Dan Burn. He's aging. Jacob Murphy is into his 30s now. We need to move on these old players. We need to move on the old players. Where's the injury list? There we go. Dan Burn, into his 30s, needs to be moved on. Fabian Shaw, I think, needs to be moved on. Lascelles needs to go. Murphy possibly needs to move on as well. We have an aging side. We need to start thinking about bringing in youth. But, you know, Eddie Howe doesn't like using youth. So, difficult. And yeah, Charles, there you go right there. The injury list for us compared to the injury list for Aston Villa. So it is going to be a difficult game. It's going to be a difficult game. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 Newcastle United win. And yeah, I am going to leave it as that. So guys, do thank you for tuning in as we go back to there. So you can have a look and cry about Jared Gillett being referee for the game. This has been your Newcastle United versus Aston Villa English Premier League match preview and prediction. Please do hit those thumbs up and subscribe and hit the notification bell too so you don't miss videos in the future. And, you know, share it around. Go tell other people about me. Bring them all over. Get them to sub. You know, let's try and really push for that 100 subs. We're so close to being there. We're so close. We're like 86 subs. So we're like, what? Terrible with maths on the weekend. 14 away, something like that. But, you know, we're getting there, slowly but surely. Last few comments. Howell doesn't want to sell, and this is yet another reason why I want Howell out. He isn't ruthless enough and very one-dimensional. Yes, personally, again, my honest opinion, I do believe that this is Howell's final season. I don't think he'll be with us beyond this season. Unless we are to retain the Carabao Cup or to get to, like, I don't know, the impossible and probably get like quarters or semis of the Champions League, or even go on and win the FA Cup. Again, that's going to be difficult because we've got these guys again in the FA Cup. Oh, it's difficult, but my personal honest opinion is I don't think Howell lasts beyond this season. But again, you know, everyone has their opinions and you're welcome to your opinions. Great show. Thanks, Charles. Take care to you as well. Thanks, Ian. Where was we? Yeah, like, subscribe, notification bell, tell everybody, bring them all over. Leave your comments down below what you think the score prediction is going to be. Would you change that predicted lineup to, how you want to play it? Would you even change that formation as well? Because it's always that 4-3-3. Again, for me, ideally, I'd go for the 4-2-3-1 formation, but we all know Howay is married to that 4-3-3. If not, he plays that 5 at the back. Do not want to see 5 at the back at home against Aston Villa. That is definitely what I don't want to see. Finally, West Ham are still 3-0 up in the game against Sunderland. We're currently in the 63rd minute. So that's a little update for you on that. When will I be back? Good question. Let's jump over to the main screen. There we are. When will I be back? Good question. Let's see. We play PSG on Wednesday. So I could possibly do a video on Monday and preview that game quickly. Or I'll put out a short. We'll see what we get to when we get around to that. If you're following me on X, yes, right there, drop me a follow. I'll follow you back. You'll know on there when I'm gonna do a live show. This one was unplanned, so I didn't actually put this up on X, but I'll just tag the video in a post on there anyway. But other than that, guys, do take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Apart from Sunderland, apparently, because they're 3-0 down. Oh well. Hey. Yeah, enjoy your weekend. Have fun. Don't get too drunk. Don't do anything nasty. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Yeah. We're done. Take care. I will catch you later. See ya.